Good afternoon, dear listener. How are you today? It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and I know you're doing good wherever you are listening to us from. This is the Broadcasting Corporation of Abia State, BCA Radio 8.1 FM, Omaha. It's another time to talk about Abia, to talk about events happening in Abia State, to talk about issues that have to do with the Abia economy. The program is Abia Invest, put together by the Office of the SA to the Governor on Investment Promotion and Public-Private Partnership, High Chief J.N. Green Amakwe. Today on the program, we shall be dealing with the topic exploring the garment industry in Aba. Exploring the garment industry in Aba. You and I know that Aba is known for garments. At least that is one of the markets that sell so very well in Aba. People from all over the country and beyond come to Aba for garments, shirts, blankets, beddings, and so on and so forth. So even beyond the shores of Nigeria, Aba is a major and a bubbling commercial hub. Do you think Aba garment industry has enough demand? Do you think there are rooms or there is room for improvement with respect to the garment industry in Aba? These and more are some of the issues we shall be x-raying today on this program, Abia Invest, on BCA Radio 8.1 FM, Omaha. And we have our guests who will be answering our questions today and enlightening us on some of the issues we shall be raising on the program. And that is the SA to the Governor on Investments Promotion, Public-Private Partnership, High Chief J.N. Green Amakwe. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me on this program today.
You're welcome. I have my colleague in the studio who will be co-anchoring on this program with me, Chinedu Wokota. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
And for the records, my name is Chineze Rem Amakuru. To begin with, Hi Chief, I'd like you to tell us a little about the garment industry in Abia State, especially in Aba.
Thank you very much for that question. I'm happy to be associated with Abia State and Aba in particular. We all know beyond Abia State that Aba is known for garments, it's known for fashion, it's known for all that has to do with the textile industry. And it has become popular all over Nigeria and Africa that when you want it, and this fabric is fashion, it is textile, that the first and best point of call is Aba. So it has come to stay. And we in government are ensuring that we maintain that lead without allowing those who want to play in the field to compete with us. We are dominating it. Thank you.
We are dominating it. I love that part. And it has come to stay. But, sir, are there efforts to set up large manufacturing and production plants for tailors that we find around these days? Because I believe Aba tailors are surely the pace setters in the garment industry.
Sure. We have one of the biggest factories that is into garment production. That is Inimba Garment Factory. It was before the advent of this administration, moribund, through the hardworking effort of His Excellency Dr. Alex Jamauti, OFR. That factory has been put back to work, and it is working now. And a lot of the fabrics are being produced there at a very large extent to the buyers locally, the buyers beyond Nigeria. So it's already in existence, and there's also room for more players to come into the industry because the market is there, then the workforce is available. So it's not intention, it's already in existence. So when you say whether there is,
Can you tell us a little more about the Enyimba Garment Factory?
yes, Enyimba Garment Factory is in full production of all types of materials you can think of in large quantities, and is manned by a very young lady who is an expert in that field, the managing director of Enyimba Garment Factory. It's amazing what she's been doing in the last couple of months. She joined the government, taking care of that Enyimba Manufacturing Center as the chief executive. So if you place your order there, you'll be amazed what will come out of it. Thank you.
Well, maybe one of these days I'll place order. But okay, I will have asked you, is there any phone number to place order? But we'll come to that very soon. All right. What are the difficulties and challenges these tailors might face? Some things that might hinder their growth, perhaps reduce profits. Power supply would have been one of them, but I believe there's been an improvement in that regard. So, are there other challenges these tailors face?
Yes, when you manufacture at a large volume, quantity, and quality, you stand a better chance to make profit. But the individual nature of the tailors you find in Aba is affecting their profitability. And when they are in small and medium scale enterprises, they combine forces, they will be able to spread their costs over quite a lot of cost elements. But when it is on one person, it's not quite easy for them. And of course, sources of finance is always a problem. You find out that when you go to our financial institutions to access funds, they'll tell you to bring your mom, to bring your father, to bring your aged parents, and as the case may be,
As collateral.
collateral. And you begin to wonder for a very young person who is just probably leaving school and after being skilled on tailoring, how you could access all those. And of course, the summary will be landed property or property that's not movable to enable them collateralize whatever facility they want to give. It wouldn't end there. Talk about the interest rate is above 10%, sometimes as high as 35%. That's a very big factor that affects the young tailors around. And they will go beyond that. You see, the cost of importing some of the inputs are usually very expensive. That is, to say the least. And the challenges are endless. But in recent time, through good governance by His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, we're touching on all those difficulties. For instance, security used to be an issue. In the past, before 6 o'clock, you see people hurrying to close their shops when they should be open to work more. In developed societies where we run to from time to time, you see that there are 3 shifts. Every shift is about 8 hours. So we are touching all those things that are hindering their productivity. And with time, we'll get to the extent that we can compete with the people you have in Bangladesh, Turkey, China, and so on. Thank you.
Okay, still talking about the Enyimba Garment Factory. I'd like to know, do you think there is need for more of such factories, or are there plans already on ground for another one?
Yes, in the private sector, there are a lot of persons, corporations that want to invest in that field, and we do receive proposals for them from them to do what we call PPP, public-private partnership. So they come in numbers, but when we look at the figures and look at their concept notes, we shall get some of them on board to possibly compete with Enyimba Garment Factory. We are not interested in dominating, but we're interested in seeing that these productions take place in Abia State. And when that happens, we create job, we create wealth, we create employment for our people. And when the people are employed, those who go into crime, it will reduce. It's not all the time that you use force to curtail crime. It's the activities that you put in place in a society that help in ensuring that criminality is reduced to the barest minimum. So plans are on the way for more and more of such organizations to come into Abia State, and in particular Aba as a hub.
Dear listener, you can actually start getting your points together because very soon we shall open our line. The number is 0814 299 1448. So you can call in, ask your questions, or make your contributions. You were talking about facilities and so on and so forth. You mentioned something about collaterals and the high interest rates. I know there are some lending facilities that could help some of these trade tailors, in Aba. My question is there any efforts to make sure that some of these tailors get these facilities, say a single digit interest rates, so it can help them? We're talking about collaterals. Definitely, the banks will need collaterals because they are also into business. What they are doing is business. They will need an assurance that their money will not, somebody will not use their money to go and marry three extra wives or build houses instead of channeling it to the business. So, but I'm sure that something could be done, or I believe that something could be done to ensure that these tailors get single digits interest rates.
Yes, um, it is already in place. The Abia State government has committed over 10 billion naira with Bank of Industry to assist such persons and the organizations. And that fund is already domiciled with Bank of Industry. And individuals who want to access this money are free to contact the Bank of Industry and they will appraise them. And of course, it's below 10% interest rate. So that is already in place. And I urge the young people to take advantage of that. And when you do, I think they will assist and they will process your application and treat it on its merit. So that is already in place. So we're not looking for it. The government of Abia State is intentional, willing, and able to support its citizens to ensuring that they are doing something, especially in that small scale and medium enterprise.
All right, Esther. From the government's angle, what does the future hold for this industry? I mean, the government industry, because I think it's high time we started looking towards establishing a fashion institute in Abra, whereby people from other part of the country and even beyond the country can come and get certificates. I believe that is also one of the reasons, one of the ways to get to generate income for the state. But my main question here is, what does the future hold for the fashion garment industry on the angle of the government?
Yeah, it's one of the areas we want to really take advantage in our export drive. At the moment, we are encouraging Afri. What's the name of this?
Praising Bank.
Yeah, no, no, not African. It's an individual who runs a government, who runs an enterprise where where she trains over 5,000, 8,000 young school leavers in the fashion. Yes, in Aba. So that is already in place. I know for the record that every year we put them out there as certified tailors, certified fashion designers who are already made. And through their drive, we are going to play a very big role in the export industry as far as fabrics are concerned. So the government is giving it serious attention. I don't know why that name just escaped my memory.
I'm sure you will
As
get
I
it.
get it, I'll also let you know. Yeah.
Okay. So, to listener, you can actually call
Yes,
in.
Afrocentric.
Okay, Afrocentric.
Yes.
I
So
see.
they are playing a very big role by training fashion designers, tailors, people who are playing in the field there. And I think they are doing very, very well. It's a very huge institute that produce some of these our designers and stuff like that.
Okay, last year, sometime last year, early this year, I saw a video and pictures in the stadium, Abba Stadium, where kind of people we are celebrating. Perhaps they were graduated from being trained from fashion institutes. I don't know if it is the one
That
you're
is
talking
it. That
about.
is it. Yeah, that is it. Sometimes when you have too many things in your head, some of these names, especially that one that is not pure English word, so it's escaped. So that institute is contributing so much in this field, and they have been training like you witnessed. If you ever go for any of their personal events, you'll be amazed the kind of people you see, the kind of designs you see. So it has come to stay, and they are there. I think that's the way to go.
All right, dear listener, you can now call in and ask your questions, make your contributions on the program. Don't forget the program is Abia Invest on BCA Radio 88.1 FM Omaya. Our guest today has been the SA Investment Promotion and Public-Private Partnership, High Chief J. and Green Amakwe, and he's been talking to us on the vision of the present administration with respect to the garment industry in Abia State, particularly in Aba. The number to reach us with is 0814 299 Go ahead and ask your questions. Go ahead and make your contributions. Now, talking about the garment industry, are all these plans limited to only the industry in Aba, or do we have other tailors outside Aba, Umuahia, or allow is in fact all the zones in the state do they have hope that there is improvement or that some of the facilities that those tailors in Aba will get they will also access them.
But what is important is where you have the facilities. And of course, you count one before you can hold for fashion. And of course, the young question of the world that when they are skilled with what threatening the those attract them to go to Aba will also be replicated in the rural areas. And that way, some of them will be champions in their various local governments. So it's a general thing. The development of Abia State is intentional, comprehensive, and they'll continue to penetrate into those areas that you don't even think will reach. So it is. Thank you.
Interesting. Once again, the number is 0814 Your questions will be taken now. Your recommendations will be taken if you reach us via this number 0814 Let me ask this question while we wait for the calls. How can interested individuals in the garment business access the loan you spoke about earlier?
Yeah. Of course, they will go through their banks,
The commercial
the commercial banks, fill the necessary application forms, and where they are not very conversant with it, as a desk industries, SMEs, director in charge of industries. And better still, if they are in doubt, yours sincerely will that's like my mission is that of investment promotion and public-private partnership. So go to my office looking for an information that is at my disposal, and I will not get it. So the two ways: you go to your bank. If you don't like that, you go to the Ministry of Industries and the SME. If you're not comfortable with that, you get to my office. My staff and I will be in position to support you to get the information you need.
So does it mean that someone can access the form from the Ministry of Industries and SMEs?
Sure you
Okay.
can. Sure you can. Yeah.
All right, our time is flying, and I think it will be wise to ask you to give your parting words before we take a walk from this program today.
Yes, my parting word is that Abia is open for investment. The opportunities are there. The enabling environment has been provided and is being provided. It's a continuous thing in terms of security, in terms of infrastructure, like you pointed out at the beginning of this program, that there are a lot of development taking place in Aba, especially the power issue, which has been solved. So those are the things that attract investment and they make investment very easy. And of course, you can see what we have invested in roads infrastructure. So anybody coming to invest in Aba or any part of Abia State, we'll be happy to do so because the enabling environment has been provided and we are continuously improving on what we have done so far. So my parting word is that the young people should embrace investment, should embrace skill acquisition, should embrace all things that will make it easy, those skills that will make them to be self-sufficient. So that is my encouragement and my advice that they should take that path. It will pay them individually and the state as a whole. Thank you.
All right, the enabling environment has been provided and
Yes.
improvements continue from time to time. This is where we wrap up today's edition of the program Abia Invest. If you ask me, I think it has been an interesting time getting to know many more things about the garment industry in Aba and the plans of government. It has also been heartwarming to know that the government is thinking about virtually all aspects of the state's economy. I'd like to thank you, our guests on today's edition of Abia Invest. Hi, Chibche and Green Amakwe, the SA to the Governor on Investment Promotion and Public-Private Partnership. Thank you so much for being on this program today.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. And I hope we'll continue to keep this program going so that our people will learn from it. The content is rich and it will continue to improve every day, every time we meet. Thank you and God bless you.
Amen. Welcome. I'd like to thank my colleague, Chinedu Okota, for coming on the program today.
Right, thank you so much, dear listener. Just stay with us next week, same time on this frequency, because we'll be dealing on different topics that has to do with investment in Abia State. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, dear listener, for being a part of Abia today. This program returns same time, same station next week. On behalf of my colleagues in the studio, Victor Dick,